Hello again, everyone. As if you saw my last video, I was going over this new choice YouTube made that ultimately affects most YouTube channels, anyone that's not a huge channel, basically. I'll put a link at the end of the video if you haven't seen that one. Maybe you should watch it. There's a lot of people posting about it and a lot of people very unhappy about it. Basically, YouTube made this killer decision. And by killer, I mean, yeah, it's going to kill a lot of YouTube channels, basically, to change how the monetization works, and basically they're cutting off a lot of people who are some of these channels have been around as long as I have, or 5 years, or 6 years, or longer. I've been doing this channel for over 10 years now, and okay, I just get this news that everything I was getting out of it with monetization will probably be cut off unless I meet up to some very unrealistic standards with as far as how many viewing hours I get and how many subscribers I get. And I have until February 20th to do it. All right, so to me, this came as a big slap in the face from YouTube after putting what I consider quality, or at least honest content that has been very helpful to a lot of people. Yeah, so it feels like a slap in the face to me from YouTube. A lot of people feel the same as I do. You can see all these videos about it. I'm kind of speechless, so I'm going to apologize in advance for all the uhs I give. Basically, though, for me, when I get something like this happening, a slap in the face, I don't like to just sit down and take it. Unfortunately, a lot of people will. They'll just keep doing what they do on YouTube, or they're going to strive really hard to meet up to their new standards to have their videos monetized. I don't really care to sit back and take stuff like that. I never have been that kind of person. If I was, I probably would have not achieved most of the things I have achieved in my life. So really the question is, how do we fight back? We boycott YouTube. Good luck on that. Close my channel. That's kind of counterproductive. I mean, I'm in this video. I'm going over just what's I could brainstorm on over the last hour, and I'm also welcoming any suggestions. This is where I think the most benefit we're going to get out of this video is the more comments and suggestions we get from anyone watching this. I mean, one idea I had was, okay, we don't have to delete all our videos. You can just disable them, leave a few up, and put those videos somewhere else. I don't know. I have to look into other servers, but there's Vimeo, there's other places, Dailymotion. I don't even know if it's still around. I have to look into it. Supposedly Amazon is going to come up with a rival for YouTube. I hope so. That's healthy to have competition anyway, so these big companies cannot just bully people around. I mean, if you disable the videos, you're still taking up their server space, and you can always put them back. And you can always download them. There's third-party software to download your own videos off of YouTube, or I can't remember if you can do that when you're in the Creator Studio. Those are all options. I mean, perhaps there's a way to make a petition to complain. If enough people complain, maybe they do something. Something tells me they don't really care. I think there's a lot of other motivations for this choice, primarily money. The more I'm watching videos on this, I still don't even get what's going on. There was supposedly some big channel that did something wrong, and now everyone's being kind of punished for it, which it reminds me of it's almost like censorship, but it's really a weird, unfair form of it. Which I'm 40 years old. I've seen, as a musician, I've seen censorship in pretty ugly forms back in, I think it was the early 90s, where we had the PMRC. They were telling us they're banning music, or making bands put these labels on their albums saying explicit lyrics, parental supervision. That stuff is just, it's ridiculous. Especially for America, where we're always bragging about free speech. But now it's like, well, you can't say this, you can't do this, and this guy did this, so we're going to kind of punish everyone and censor everyone, or just make it impossible to do anything unless you're a huge channel. So it's kind of like maybe question, am I going to continue doing videos on YouTube? I have till February 20th to meet this threshold where I have to get so many views and subscribers. Whether I may, I'll try. I'll see what happens. And even if I do make it, I don't know if I'm still up in the air. Will I continue doing it? Um, I'd like to. I do this partly as a passion, you know. But at the meantime, I'm also going to look into other alternatives because who knows what will happen next. You know, it's always good to have alternatives. That's where I'm really asking for people to put in any input. Like, where would be a good platform to upload my videos? Another solution is just put these brief trailer videos and link it to another place. I mean, the email I got from YouTube, which everyone got, it's from a do not reply at email at youtube.com. So you can't even, there's no one to really contact about this. If anyone knows a contact email address or something for YouTube, maybe enough people complain about it, maybe something happens. Who knows? Like I said, I think it's really motivated by money when it comes down to it. So I don't think that's going to do much good. I'm just looking at ideas, throwing them out there as well. So yeah, it's like, well, will I continue doing videos on YouTube? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. It's really up in the air at this point. Um, I will be looking at alternatives, that's for sure. And whether I continue the YouTube channel or not, I'm going to also be using these alternatives. So, like I said, I'm kind of offering just the ideas off the top of my head, and I'm hoping I'll get some comments and some feedback that are helpful. And I think the more people that brainstorm on this, the better ideas we'll get collectively. Thanks for watching, and maybe I'll have another video soon, maybe not. We'll see. Time will tell. Thanks, YouTube, for this great decision. Awesome.